Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast, Talking Ravens all day, every day, with your host, Justin P., and my MVP co host, Miss Shannon Finch. This is episode 107 for the YouTube version, audio version, season 2, episode 15. All the links are right there in the description, so we're going to get into that. Uh, we took a little break, but we're back. Get our notes for the off season, combining, went and gone. Free agency is going crazy. Like I said, Shannon got some fire topics, and on Thursday, Dave going to come with his stuff. So, without further ado, the floor belongs to my MVP co-host, Miss Shannon Fitch.
All right. So first off, I'm happy to be back. We had a much needed break, but I am happy to be back to be talking Ravens because it's a lot to talk about at this point. The new league year starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, we're going to close up some things with last season, and then we're going to get into the minutia of this off season. But we will start with the mock draft, like we did last off season. We're going to do the same thing every week, every Tuesday. We're going to do a mock draft. So Justin, give us your mock draft for the Ravens in 2024.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to this. The first one, it was a few trades, nothing too major. I traded down from 33, and I think I picked up a pick like one. I think it was 130. Yeah, I forgot what team it was, but it don't really matter. So at 33, because we lost some players, so we're gonna need the extra pick. So at 33, I took Keon Coleman, wide receiver out of Florida State, big body. We need a big body receiver. At 62, Christian Mahogany, guard out of Boston College. You need that guard spot solidified with Kevin Zeitler now. Kevin Zeitler and John Simpson now going to the Jets. So we need somebody to come play guard, to Voorhees get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And, tackle, Roger Rosengarten, tackle out of Washington, 6'6". Excuse me, 305 pounds. He can come in. If Morgan Moses, we decide to move on from him to save some cap, or Stanley get hurt, we can plug him either side. He can play both sides, and he also play some guard. 130, one of my favorite players in the draft, Kyrie Jackson, a big corner. I like the tall corner. I ain't nothing against the undersized corners, but when you go against
Mm-hmm.
them teams that throw the ball out, they throw it to their big receivers, so you need big corners. Kyrie Jackson, 6'3", 215 pounds, remind me of a Jimmy Smith, but just much faster. So, like you said, you got Pepe coming off injury, Mullins, JAD, and Marlon himself coming off injury. So, our only healthy corner was Brandon Stevens. So, we need the enemy lost Darby and some other guys. So, we definitely need more depth there. 135, Cedric Johnson, edge out of Ole Miss. We need some depth. We just, we try to get Clowney back, try to get Van Noy back. But, you got, as of right now, the only guys on the roster right now was a Daffy Oweh, Tavius Robinson, a Jabo coming off injury, Malik Ham still unproven. One of our favorite guys to watch in the preseason. And then Tyus Bowser may get cut. Like I told you, his injury story. It's a little off. So Harbaugh might say, you know what, cut him, save that $5 million. So you
Mm-hmm.
always need some depth there. You can never have too many pass rushers. Sorry about that. That's my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Randolph, defensive tackle. You need that depth because Madibuike can't play every single down, nor can Broderick or Travis Jones or Pierce. So you need
Mm-hmm.
some depth there. So, he comes in good 3 technique and line on top of the ball, 6'4", 330 pounds. So, because Brent Irvin's a free agent, so we need somebody to always come in and rotate.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's see, 165. Kenny Logan, I like this kid, man. He's a beast, man. Coming out and hit safety out of safety out of Kansas. That's Geno Stone replacement right there, man. 6'2", had 3 interceptions last year, but almost 100 something tackles. So that's impressive as a safety.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose Geno, you get another guy similar to him. Excuse me, 168, Aaron Casey, linebacker at Indiana. Queen is a Steeler. He an op now. We brought back Malik, but also Deshaun Phillips is a free agent as well, along with the other guys. So right now we only have Roquan Smith, Trenton Simpson, Malik Harris on the roster. You still gonna need another guy, and Aaron Casey, downhill guy can cover, come down tackle, man. Hell of a linebacker, 6'1", 6'2", 255, good size.
Mm-hmm.
The 170, Jarvis Brownlee, corner out of Louisville, 6'1". Big guy, like I said, we got to get some big corners up there. To match the AFC is loaded with receivers, so we got to match those guys on the outside. And then 175, even with the Derrick Henry signing, You still got some guys banged up. Keaton banged up. J.K. coming back. You still got Justice Hill, but you still want another guy you can hand the ball off to. Dylan Johnson was a beast last year. It was a shame they didn't get him the ball enough in that national championship game. So he had 175, 228. Devin Leary, because Tyler Huntley is a free agent. We do got Malik Cunningham, but still add another body in there,
Mm-hmm.
because they basically forcing guys to go three quarterbacks because what happened with San Fran last year. So
Right.
got him at 228. At 239, Bub Means, wide receiver out of Pittsburgh, big guy. I think he's like 6'3", 6'4". Like I said, Tyler Wiles is on last year's deal. Duvernay only a 1 year deal. Bateman, like I said, which we'll get into later on, he may or may not be here this year. So you want to have somebody with say for the next couple of years, along with Keon Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last pick, I took another guard for depth. How you say his name? I guess Hugo, another guard out of Boston College. So be with his teammate. So now you got two
Mm-hmm.
guards. Like I said, we lost two, so you gained two.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. I got my other one right here. So I got three, everybody. So brace yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Guyton, tackle out of Oklahoma at 30. Like I said, best player on the board in case we want to move on from somebody. Uh, Jalen Polk, wide receiver out of Washington. See what he did with Michael Penix and all of them. So big body, 6'1", 6'2". Kyron, how you say this? Kyron Omajadi. I'm just pronounce how I said. Old tackle, Yale, 6'6", 320 pounds, can move. Like I said, so I doubled down. He could also play guard as well. So I went O-line heavy again. And the edge, Javon Solomon out of Troy. He went to the same college DeMarcus Ware went to. DeMarcus Ware spoke highly of him. If our first ballot Hall of Fame speaks highly of you, it has some substance to it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we got guys coming off injury. And without certainly with Clowney and Van Noy, you can always add edge rushers. Uh, uh, Javon Cohen, my Miami Hurricane fan. God, plug him in. He's a mauler, and he can play center, so that helps out in case Linderbaugh get hurt. So yeah, so I went O line heavy because I know everybody been stressing my O line. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Davis, running back out of Kentucky at 164, beast man, beast. And fresh legs because Keaton Mitchell and Henry can't run the ball all the time. And plus, you need somebody in case of injury, so you need good depth.
Mm-hmm.
Number 228, Marcus Harris, defensive tackle out of Auburn. Like you said, add that depth. Like I said, we got your starting three right now is Paris, Madibuike, and Broderick because of the money he's making. Travis Jones should be the starter, but because the money Broderick making, he's going to start and Travis rotate. So
Mm-hmm.
you add Marcus to that rotation. And then on the 250, I went corner. I know it's a little late, but I didn't want to reach. Dwight
Yeah.
McClawthorn, corner out of Arkansas, big guy, 6'2". Uh, and my last one, let me back out of this. Oh, damn, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. I thought I had three. It's two. So, go ahead, Shannon.
Okay. Now, if I mispronounce somebody's name, please forgive me. I can. I'm good for that. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make any trades this go around, so I'm just straight picking. I believe we have 8 picks. I'm just straight picking the numbers that we have right now. So at 30, I took wide receiver from Texas, Adonai Mitchell. Right,
Mm-hmm.
say his name.
I like that pick.
At 62, I took Chris Abraham's Drain,
The corner,
cornerback, cornerback
Missouri.
from Missouri.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I'm a college football freak, so I know.
At 93, I'm taking a tackle from Notre Dame, Blake Fisher.
I got him on a lot of mocks as well. Good pick.
130, I have, is it Keaton Aladapo from Oregon State, a safety.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
At 135, I have a guard from Michigan, Zach Zittner.
Center. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Zittner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At 165, I have Cornelius Johnson, a wide receiver from Michigan.
Yeah, big body. Yeah.
At 228, I have Merlin's own cornerback, Jaquan Shepard.
He's a dog.
And at 250, I have wide receiver from Oregon, Anthony Gould.
Double down at receiver. I like that. Okay.
Okay. So then my next mock draft, I have, again, I didn't make any trades. So at 30, I have Edge from Missouri, Darius Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
At 62, I have wide receiver from Washington, Jalen McMillan.
Okay.
133, I have guard from TCU, Brandon Coleman.
Okay.
At 130, I have an edge from Troy, Javon Solomon.
Okay.
135, I have a safety from Georgia, Tyke Smith.
Khakis. Yeah.
At 165, I have an offensive tackle from Texas, Christian Jones.
Yeah, I like him too. 6'6", 6'6", big body. Yeah, that's a good mark. Both of them
At
good.
two at 228, I have a safety from Washington, Dominique Hampton.
Yeah, I know you too.
And then lastly, 250, I have a guard from Baylor, Clark Barrington.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the mock draft. And we're gonna do that the whole off season until the draft. And we was heavy on it last year and we both wanted Zay, so we were very happy to get Zay. I hope that the same thing can happen this draft. Like we really get somebody that we really, really, really want.
Indeed, indeed.
All right, so something new we're going to do on Tuesdays, we're going to have a segment called the Spotlight segment. And that's where we're going to have either an executive, a coach, or a player every week. And we're just going to say like what our expectations are for them for the 2024 season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's only fair that we start with Eric DeCosta because right now this is his time of the year. This is when he earns his bucks, right? So Justin, tell me what your expectations are for Eric DeCosta in 2024.
Overall, or just the off season?
And off season.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
well, overall, really, because if he has to make moves during the season, that's part of
Well,
his job as well.
I'm gonna start with the off season because that's where we at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I must try. I think he made first of all he got Madibuike every sign, which was big. You
Hmm.
don't let that walk out the door. Then they got Derrick Henry, so those two alone were good. Were win. He knew we need some help on the O line. He's going to try. I heard he was trying to get Michael Warner from the Patriots, but they kept him because he's very versatile. He's
Hmm.
definitely going to try to get some linemen, maybe in the like second tier, third tier. That probably got released for salary cap. He's definitely going to try to enhance the secondary, and like you say, he definitely trying to get a veteran receiver. So he's definitely gonna try to make some move. He's not done. That's why I told Raven
Hmm.
fans don't jump up. We've never been a team to go up there and bop. Cause we never been that bad of a team where we have
Right.
$200 million of cap space just to go sign everybody. Like I know it's no football, so any type of football news get people excited and get it. But
Hmm.
it's March. The games don't get played until August, but the ones that count September. So yeah, so we got 5 months away from football. So from now to then, you're still constructing the roster, and plus you're doing first cuts. But I expect him to address all the team needs and get some quality players. You lose Quinn, you lose Patrick Quinn, you lose Gino, lose a fan favorite in Gus. So he already replaced Gus with an upgrade. King Henry. So it's like I'm pretty sure he's going to do the same. And like you said, Trenton Simpson. I told every been told everybody that kid's going. Once he got his chance to shine, what happened? Boom,
Hmm. Yeah.
he made plays. So I expect ADC to handle business as usual.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I think that this time of the year is his time to shine. We've been able to see over the past couple of days like what he's doing as far as like deals he got done, and then guys that we see they walked, they went to other teams and got other deals done, and it just makes you anxious for what else is to come for the off season because we have some important holes that we need to fill. So my expectations for him in 2024 is to navigate in a way where he's not only thinking about this year but the future as well. And what I mean by that is this: unless it's like a young franchise changing player, I don't see him going out of his way to pay big money to a free agent or giving up draft capital for a guy, unless it's somebody that's franchise changing, like a Roquan Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you have cheaper contracts now can benefit us later when we have cap numbers of guys making a lot of money, like Lamar, for instance, right? And I'm not only calling out Lamar because we know other guys are getting paid as well, but we also know it's going to be time to pay guys like Kyle Hamilton next off season, and then Zay Flowers right after that. So he's going to position himself.
Tyler Lindenball too, Shed, not the butt in.
That's it. So I think this season is going to be making moves, thinking about next season and the season after that, so that we can sign and keep those guys. Because one thing the Ravens do like to do is keep their guys, and it's not a player that's ever been here that they didn't want. That they wanted that they really couldn't keep. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like if they need to pay for them, they will.
Right.
So I will say that I feel more comfortable this off season than I did this time last year. Like last year, I think we were all in a frenzy. But this year, I really feel comfortable with what Eric DeCosta is going to do, and I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Just to answer Brandon's question, appreciate you. Well, not question, more so statement. Yeah,
Hmm.
we'd have loved to kept Queen. Like I said, if he would have told us if he would have gave us that deal when he took him Pittsburgh, he'd still be here for sure. That's probably what Eric DeCosta price was anyway. He thought he was gonna go down and get 70, 80. Basically got what Roquan got. Nothing changed. Looked at that film like, brother, you're good, but you're only good because zero. Well, 18 at the time, showed up and made things easy for you. You had to become a Scottie Pippen to finally look like you supposed to look when you supposed to have been Michael Jordan. So, a little basketball terminology from a hoop hits basketball season. So yeah, if he would have took that type of deal, he would still been here, Brandon. But he wanted to go up there and go get big fish. So I guess his feelings got involved. So I heard he turned down more money from Dallas and those guys. So he wanted to play. So you see, it's personal. He wanted to stick it to us twice. But like I told my buddies earlier, I said he got to come see the King. He got to come see the King twice a season. So that I wish him the best, except for when they play us. But he got to come see that man child now.
You know what? What I'll say to that is, if that's true, like he was offered more money at a team like Dallas or even any other team, but you chose to go to the Steelers for less, that does make it seem personal. Like, and I usually I don't have a problem with guys going to get their money, but when you do something like that, it's kind of like, okay, maybe it is personal. You know what I mean? So good luck to you.
Yeah. It's like, but Saquon did. Saquon got to win anyway. But he said, "Nah, I'm going." Since y'all don't think running backs supposed to get paid, I'm going to show you why. And then it's a winning culture. So,
Yeah.
power to him. Like I said, all right. I just now he got to tackle Lamar for real, not in practice.
Hmm.
So it's a different ball game. He said, so if the Ravens would have actually go out there and get some people, they would have to give up draft picks. I mean, yeah, but it's comp picks. Nobody's really tripping. It's just about the contracts and the cap. Like we don't have 100 million like the Texans and all those guys where we can give up big contracts. That's more so
Hmm.
due to Costa, love his picks for sure, but it's more so about the money than the picks, in my opinion.
But yes, signing free agents now does affect your comp picks for next year.
Okay, Derrick Henry worth that. So anyway,
Oh no, I ain't worrying, but yeah,
no,
he's
I was so replying to Brandon. He's worth that. So
oh, that was a continuation from the Derrick Henry question. Oh, okay.
right.
Oh no, I'm happy to have Derrick Henry. No doubt
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. But go ahead, Shannon. Proceed.
All right. So just to touch on some things that happened or was said last year, and this kind of was actually brought up again like last week because of the local reporter Mike Preston. I don't know if you saw what he said, but
I could only imagine.
um last year, like during the playoffs, and I kind of brought it up on air and I said we're gonna address this in the off season. I didn't even want to address it because at that point we were in playoff mode and we were trying to do what we had to do.
We didn't need no
But
distractions, especially like
exactly.
that. I know where you're going at, but yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
need that. We didn't
But
need
like,
that one.
but right now, but we got time right now, right?
Right.
So Cam Newton had made a statement like somebody told him that Lamar's impact on the city was like bigger than Ray Lewis, or meant more to the city than Ray Lewis, or something along those lines. And then last week, or whenever that week, last week or the week before that, Mike Preston wrote an article saying that the Ravens need or they're missing leadership like Ray Lewis. And a lot of fans started pointing to Roquan Smith, like, well, what about him? Like, you don't think that he provides that leadership? And we've all heard about how much Lamar changed this past season as a leader and what he meant to that offense. So I'm saying all of that to say, with what Cam Newton was told and Mike Preston feeling like we don't have a leader, who do you think means more to Baltimore, Lamar Jackson or Ray Lewis?
And everybody know I'm a Lamar Jackson stan. I ain't afraid to say it, but it's definitely 5-2. It's 5-2. Not even close. People a little pissed off of Ray because it's post career. Well, I'm gonna start from the murder trial. Some people still a little salty about that, and some people still pissed with him about his views on the kneeling and other little things. So Ray kind of, in some ways, rubbed people the wrong way, even as an announcer. But talking about strictly him in a football uniform and as a player, it's not even close. It shouldn't even be a discussion, to be truthful with you. Lamar himself would say that if you ask him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has Ray. He's that man got a statue out front, man. He said, I got to get to that level. So
Mm-hmm.
it's Ray. Because like I said, like I said, I'm the biggest Lamar Jackson fan you'll find. But yeah, Ray did. Ray got us 2 championships. The first one he played the huge, huge part physically and mentally. The second one was more so mentally,
Mm-hmm.
because he slowed down, but he still, made his plays. But Yeah, it's Ray, and it's not even close. I get it. The kids. He's probably more popular for us, but like the kids and stuff like that, because they will want to grow up want to eat, and they want to play
Mm-hmm.
like him. And then like, hey, a quarterback that looks like me and talk like me is an elite MVP, so he gives inspiration for that. But far as what means more, the guy that got a statue up front.
Yeah, and you pretty much said what I was going to say. I mean, I think the first thing I thought about when Cam Newton said that was like, well, how old was the person that said it? Because I do think that it's a generation of Ravens fans who started watching football at a particular time that may not have been Ray Lewis's prime. So they were catching him on the back end of it. And then you have somebody come in like Lamar Jackson, and like you said, he's so relatable. I remember I was on a different podcast when Lamar was still a rookie, like young, like I think it was like his first or second year, and I was saying like he reminded me of my little cousins, just how he acted and what he was into and how he dressed. Like so, when people can look on the TV and see somebody that looks like them, dressed like them, feel like they can relate to them, they're gonna love that. I understand that for the kids. And this is not to disrespect Lamar Jackson because I do think that he has an impact and influence on the city and the kids and the youth in general. But when it comes to football in the city of Baltimore, I mean, if you think about the Ravens, you're going to think Ray Lewis. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And when you think about his impact on the city, like you said, you can be mad about the murder trial situation, which he ended up only getting charged for obstruction of justice. It wasn't like he was on trial for murder. You can be upset that some people felt like he was phony with his praying and preaching and everything, all of his antics on his sideline. Like you said, his post game, post career, all the stuff with the kneeling, and we ain't even got to get into all of that. But I know what you were talking about because I debated a lot of people about that. Even with all of that, Ray Lewis is still Ray Lewis. And Baltimore would not have the identity that it has today, football wise, if it wasn't for Ray Lewis.
No question.
Ray Lewis also poured into the city, and he still pours into the city.
The 52. I'm talking about. I might not get the name correct. You like Power 52,
Yeah,
whatever. Miss
yeah,
Selena, who we all know, she participates in that. They take walks and all that. He
yeah.
do a lot, man. Like, he does a lot.
I mean, I don't think not one person complained about him getting a statue. We had a parade for him. I went to the parade that the city gate had for him that year. I don't know if it was like I forgot what year it was, but I went to the parade downtown. Like Ray Lewis is beloved in Baltimore no matter what. Even with, like I said, even with all of that, I think that he still gets love in this city. And I think Lamar will get love as well. But when you talk about more impact or more influential or leader, it's always going to be Ray Lewis. And that's why you have somebody like Mike Preston saying the Ravens are missing that because Ray Lewis is like here. Like it's like
Man,
we can compare people, but it's
once
it's
you
levels
done,
to
once you
it.
finish, I'm gonna say one little
Yeah,
piece
I'm good.
before we move on. Yeah, I think when Ray talked, man, he had you. I told men, women, kids, whatever. Ray to put on some pads, Ray gonna knock somebody head off.
Hmm.
Only other player that was that good at that was Brian Dawkins.
Hmm.
Like them two right there, they when coaches, because I'm a coach, you feel me?
Hmm.
When you let your team watch something, you let them watch them too. Because I've done it several times. Talk and get it. They have you ready to run through a brick wall, man. Like if you had butterflies and was nervous, once them two got the roller, you like, man, I don't give a shit who out there, man.
Hmm.
Let's go play ball.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you run through. You ready to run through a brick wall? Like it's not too many players that people like, man, we gonna follow this man to hell. Ray was, like I
Hmm.
said, Ray and Brian Dawkins. I'm pretty sure it was others, but the ones that we know for sure is Ray and
Yeah.
Brian Dawkins.
Yeah. Okay. So one last thing about last year, and then we can put a bow on 2023 unless we just got to speak about something that happened. But do you think that the 2023 Ravens defense, did they make a case for top five Ravens defense in history? And then name your top five Ravens defenses.
They were very good, but I will put them like they didn't pitch no shutout, so it's kind of hard. I will put them in my top 10. Top
Mm-hmm.
10. You gotta go 2000, of course, because that's the reason why defense is even a thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, we were all offense with Vinny. If people, for those who too young to remember, I know you remember Shannon because you were
Mm-hmm.
a teenager, so I know you remember that vividly. Not to try to make you feel old,
Oh
but,
no, I don't.
I was a little tight, but I still remember it, Vinny.
No, I was 13, but go ahead.
Teenager, still teenager. But yeah, I was 7. You got me back up. You was 7, but yeah, I still remember that stuff. But yeah, they're the reason why defense is even. Like I said, even a thing here. 2006, of course, like I said, they statistically were better than 2000 Ravens defense, but they didn't win the whole thing, so they don't get talked about as much. The
Mm-hmm.
2008 defense was good too. You know what I mean? They pitched two shutouts. 2004 was good. 2003 was good. 2011 was pretty good. 2012 they were middle of the pack. They just picked it up at the right time. 2014 defense was pretty good. 2017 was great, but like I said, they don't get to talk about because, like I said, the play to Tyler Boyd kind of messed up everything. They pitched four shutouts that year. Four. Same amount as the 2004. Hey, that's hard to do. They pitched four shutouts that year. So that 2023 defense, it'll come right at 10 for me.
That's interesting because okay, so when you factor in, like you said shutouts, right? So I didn't even look up that to see if that like that's a factor for you, and that's cool. So for me, what I was just thinking about, like I really was trying to remember how I felt in those years about those teams. And so for me, the 2023 defense, they did make it a case for top five in my from my list. Um, so this is my top five. Of course, we can start at number one. Like you said, it's no debate. It's the reason why we have an identity 2000, right? That 2006 defense was legit, right? 2023, I have them third
It was good as hell.
because
It was good as hell.
I have 2023 third on my list because I feel like even though we didn't pick like that, like that's fair, like about the shutouts, and we didn't, right? But I feel like the defense, besides two games that we complained about and we talked about every game, it was really only two games, one or two games that we was like the defense dropped the ball. But
Right.
like to me, every week that defense showed up.
For
And I
sure.
mean,
For sure. For sure.
and I think that we had so many questions last offseason about the defense. And when the year ended, you didn't have a question about nothing because it didn't matter who was out there, what they was doing. Like everybody just stepped up, and it was just they gave me hope every week. Not to say the offense didn't at times because they did, but that 2023 defense, I just they were just, and maybe it's because it's so recent that I'm holding them so high regard,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
got them third right now. Then I have the 2003 defense, legit,
It was man. They were
and
great, man. With the bad
and
quarterback play they had, man. Woof.
and on number five, I have 2011. I mean, that might have been our
Yeah,
best team that didn't win.
for sure.
But like
For
hearing you
sure.
give your list and me giving my list, I just feel like that goes to show like what we've been about consistency on that side of the ball. You know what I mean? Like it's a good feeling, honestly, to have that type of identity because a lot of teams don't
And I'm
have
gonna
it.
say this: the reason why 2003 ain't as high, you got a league MVP at quarterback. That helps a lot. That helps a lot. They would have killed the '03 team would have even killed to have Flacco back there. Feel me?
Yeah,
So that that I look at stuff like that.
yeah, that's true. All right, so let's go on to.
Hold on. Me,
Oh, go ahead.
I told you I'm trying to look at these comments more.
Go ahead.
Charles Harris said, who gets more rushing yards, Lamar or Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry. I don't think Lamar going to run for 1,000 no more. No point.
Derrick Henry.
All right, we can move on. Go ahead.
All right, so we're going to move on to some things that's going to happen this off that has happened this off season and what we expect to have happen. Starting with the new deal that we got with our franchise guy, who then turned into our what he signed, a 4-year deal, Justin Madibuike. How'd you feel about him signing his new deal? What were your thoughts about that?
Oh man, he well deserved, man. Like I said, the kid balled each year. You see, he got better and better. That was the reason why we told Calais, for high regard, Miami Hurricane. He like, oh, we
Mm-hmm.
love you, but
Mm-hmm.
you can go ahead down the line or whatever, because we can't keep holding this beast back. Him training with Aaron Donald has paid off.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, he outplayed Aaron Donald, and that's numbers wise. He had 9, he had 13.
Mm-hmm.
But he should have been a first team All Pro. But I get it. Donald's Aaron Donald, but Big Brother BK earned it, man. That's why I told everybody. I said, who should we keep, him or Queen? I said, this ain't even a discussion, bro. But it's hard to find interior defensive line that can cause havoc like that. I said you can get a bum off the highway to play middle linebacker. I'm not trying to depreciate the value of the
Mm-hmm.
position, but you can get guys. Those teams in the league, they get a drafted guy got a guy in 7th round, or you can always sign a veteran and come play.
Mm-hmm.
But to find an interior D lineman that can cause havoc consistently, there's only a handful of them in the league. Chris Jones, Madibuike, Aaron Donald, Quentin Williams, Christian Whitworth, who went to the Raiders, Leonard Williams. There's probably 10 over 1,000 something defensive linemen. So it's like I said, middle linebackers coming down a dozen, especially in today's game when they're throwing the ball more crazy. But yeah, but he aired that, man. I'm so glad they got that done.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like you said, he earned it. When you think about everything you just said about the linebacker position, it made total sense why it was him over Queen. Because we've seen it in our, like we just talked about some great defenses that we've had. Him play next to Ray Lewis.
A lot.
And nothing changed. And then it's like no disrespect to, a Bart Scott. When you leave, you were great when you were here, but hey, we could put McLean or, everybody who would come in and
Daryl Smith, like it can go
yeah,
on and on. Like
exactly. So I think the Ravens will be fine in that department because whether a guy that we currently have on the roster steps up or we can somehow finagle
we
a
can
veteran
even go with our
linebacker.
current DC, Zach Orr. He stepped in and played with the second team All Pro before he hurt that neck.
That's true.
So
So I'm excited about it. I'm extremely happy that it didn't like drag on. Like I said, last offseason I think was a lot for all Ravens fans.
yeah, oh yeah, that
And
Lamar
I was just
contract situation was me
it
and
was
you. I think me and you got some great head struggling with
it was draining. It was so draining. So it felt it.
that.
I was at first I was worried. I was worried when they first franchise tagged him because I felt like they franchise tagged him so early that day,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh my god, if they doing it that early, they might be real far apart. Only for Eric DeCosta to say they were really close at that point, but they just tagged them to be safe, and then we see how fast it got done. So I was just excited. Like I like to see us have a core, and that we know for the next 4 years we have a guy, and
yeah.
it's a really really good guy. He earned it very very great year last year, and if it wasn't for him doing a lot of things that he did up front, guys couldn't have did what they did in the middle to become all pro. Guys wouldn't have did what they did in the back to become all pro or pro bowlers. So hats off, congratulations. I'm very happy it got done.
Yes, indeed.
All right, and so our last topic today, we have two guys that we can pick up their 5th-year option, Bateman and Oweh. So the deadline is May the 2nd. Should the Ravens pick up their 5th-year option?
Both or just one or the other?
How you feel about both? Because they can. Cause I don't know. No, you tell me because I don't know. Can we only do it for one guy or can we do it for both?
I
I was
think
I was thinking we could do it for both.
I think we can because they both were drafted in the same. They were in the
Yeah,
same
they
draft.
for yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah,
But
go ahead.
can we financially do it? That's the question. Can we
Mm-hmm.
financially do it? Always a definite yes. I get it. The number's not there, but watch the film. Watch the film. Watch the film. Like I said, he got to finish. That's going what Chuck Smith said. Getting on him about that. He getting more techniques, so bear hug. So the pressure is there.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure's there. That's how clowning them guys they would do. They did because he flushed the quarterback and started the run. That's a no question. Like I said, no.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, be patient. Ain't by them double-digit sacks. Want to come. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think he still knew the football. He only played a couple years, but you can't teach that God-given speed and talent. Like everything else, you can teach the rip and all that. And that's what Chuck Smith said. He said, "I'd rather have a guy that has all the talent in the world and is new to the game, but a guy who know the game and move like somebody's grandmother."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said I can teach him how to spin, rip, and all that. He's I can teach him all that, but what he got is just God-given. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's Oweh. Bateman, like I said, I like the kid, but it's like, ooh, Lord. Because it's
Tell them
like
how you really
I
feel.
get it. He been hurt, he been this, but we basically shit on a receiver that had our last 1,000-yard receiver. We shit on that kid every chance. Oh, he fall down. He
Yeah.
get
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Hollywood.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But the kid had 1,000 yards in an elementary school offense. Do people forget that? Yes, Lamar taught him a lot. Yes, they cool, whatever. But obviously he trusted him. And Bateman can't get over 500 yards. So it's like, how long are we gonna keep blaming you wasn't healthy? Like that's my thing. Like I said, I like the kid. I was howling, but it's like that. Like we can't keep using you was hurt and this and that. We gave you a little grace because Lamar was doing the contract, so y'all couldn't really work. But it's like, come on now, bro. Like You need more than one catch every other game, but we need more than that. Like I said, I'm high on, but by default, you have to not pick that up because that's money that can go elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If he really wants to be here, he'll go up there and get 75 catches, 1,000 yards, or close to 1,000 yards, and like close to double digit touchdown. So I picked that up, and then he stinks, and then you know, then now it's like, damn, we could have used that money somewhere else. Then you end up letting the Walker trade him. It's like, yeah, you gotta decline because if we can decline Queens, who was balling, you can't pick up Bateman. That'll be a slap in the face to Patrick Queen, if you ask me. Like you can pick up mine, but you pick up a guy who can't even get 600 yards. Yeah, so Bateman, I like you. Hopefully this motivates you, but yeah, right now you're on the same level as Bashad Perriman. To be honest with you,
Um, and it's sad that you got to put out disclaimers before you say stuff, right? So I like Bateman as well, but I totally agree with what you said. Um, you can't give him a you can't spend the money for a 50-year option for him when he hasn't even shown that for one he can be available.
right?
You know, availability is the best ability, and he's had some injuries over the past couple of years. Now, like I talked about with you and me, you were discussing it. Lamar has also been out sometime, during that time as well. And I really think what's hindering Bateman is that him and Lamar just don't have chemistry, which I'm attributing to them not being able to be on the field together.
Right.
I think this off season is like make or break for Bateman as far as we're concerned. His rant last year on Twitter, I think, kind of soured a lot of people, fans included. I don't know how they feel about him inside the building, but it just seems like that really didn't help out much. Particularly last season when you weren't even in a position to do much because you were trying to nurse a foot injury then. And then when training camp started, you had to get a cortisone shot because you were still trying to nurse your injury then. So I didn't feel like it was really fair for him to do that when he really hadn't been available. But I do see the potential in him, which is why I really do want him and Lamar to like get on the same page. I would be upset if he went somewhere else and performed, but business wise, the Ravens can't pick up that 50-year option. Like it doesn't even make sense. Now with Oweh, it makes sense to me because, like you said, we can see the talent there. Um, I can see. I don't want to. I don't want a situation with him where he comes back next year, has a breakout year, and then he out. Another team's going to overpay him. Not overpay because if you deserve it, you deserve it. But
Right. Well, I get what you're saying.
outbid us like we've had happened in the past. A guy come back, have a great season, and the next thing you know, they on the Vikings or they on the Browns or they on the Jets. They on the Patriots. So I think they should pick up the option because it would be a lot cheaper than trying to put a tag on him next off season if he
Oh,
has some
that's
sort
gonna
of
be too
like
high.
if right like if he has a
Oof.
great Pro Bowl All Pro type of season next season, then you're in a rock and a hard place. So pick up his option. Bateman, unfortunately, we can't do that for you. Now, if Bateman, let's say Bateman comes into this year and he's being everything we want him to be. I would be open to them trying to sign him, if he's open to it, like during the year. Like if he's showing that
That's the best
I
thing
can
to
be
be.
that
That's the
guy,
best thing to do for him. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I would do for him. Because I mean, as we talked about last offseason, we kind of was hoping that he could have stepped into the role and been number one, right? But not being available hurt a lot of that. Then he gets out there, he really doesn't have any chemistry. But we see Lamar can have chemistry with Mark Andrews.
Not just that. You
Go
low
ahead.
key try and give him a pass, but it's not intentional. It's like it's
No,
just
go
how you
ahead.
saying. Get dropping passes.
He dropped
And
passes. A lot
yeah.
of people, yeah, they drop.
Yeah, I
He
mean, we
definitely
we
he,
we
but
know that, but
and he dropped passes, right? And this is
yeah.
why I don't want because I'm not trying to come down on Lamar, but like I said, people been breaking down film all off season, and it was times that he was open
And
and Lamar
he
missed
messed up.
him.
No,
You know what I
that's
mean? So
no,
it
that's definitely
it goes so
fair. That's
it
definitely
just
fair.
goes both
That's
ways, which is
definitely
why I'm
fair. That's
saying,
fair. That's
which is why
fair.
I'm saying they can get together this off season and work it all out because
Yeah.
Bateman's healthy. I believe Lamar is healthy. Get down there, get to Florida, wherever y'all gonna go, and get some work in. But you can't pick up the option. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, you can't.
Yeah, like I say, in 2022, he was off to a good start. I give it to him. Then boom,
Hmm.
and boom.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like potential can only keep you around for so long. Potential is like what somebody said. Potential is only it's something that you just never reached or never came to fruition. It's just a wishful thought, and that's true. Like
And
we
you know
said,
what? I used to hate. I don't know. Somebody used to always say that Jay Cutler had so much potential. Every time his name came up, this is when he was on the Bears. They were like, oh, he has so much potential. And I used to say what you just said. Like, at what point do you stop saying somebody got potential? This man has been in the league for a whole bunch of years now. Like, when is that no longer the narrative? But that was funny you said that.
No, yeah, like I said, he got off to a hot start after that. We like it's just consistency, bro. Like we don't, like I say, he'll have a like the play, like it's Arizona. He made that crazy ass catch. Then after that, crickets.
Nothing, right?
Made a good
Nothing.
catch, crickets. Like, bro, we don't need a catch. We can draft somebody in the 7th round and catch a pass every 3 games, bro. Like,
And to piggyback off something you said, that's just as bad as people that might not like Hollywood because he just catch the ball and fall down.
but
You're not helping. You're
and
not
that's
helping us.
fine.
Even and you. No. I'm saying
No, I'm
Bateman not
not.
helping us.
Yeah,
Bateman not
and that's a
helping us
fact.
dropping the ball.
And
Right.
I got on him Hollywood about that too. But when you go look at the numbers, each year his numbers went up. So it's like if you falling down every now and then, I'd rather take you being productive than a guy that has all his potential but can't show it. So I'll take production over potential any day. Really, long story short, that was my whole purpose. That was my whole purpose of that post to sum it all up. Because everybody been asking me, "What you mean? What you mean?" And I've been telling everybody production over basic production over potential.
Thanks. I agree.
Oh man, Shannon, great show. Like I said, always it's always fun to do this. You always come some good stuff. I know Dave got some stuff. He got a new segment he put in as well. Like I said, off season, I'm just going to narrate. I like them to do this stuff because I don't like I can come up with off season stuff as you're saying, but I'd rather let y'all do it and just do all the game day stuff because I don't want to sound like I said because we got everybody got Ravens podcast like shout out to Hindu. Christian Joker, Coach Evans, all those guys, and Graven, 410 Sports Talk, Raj and them with Sports Flex on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody's doing their thing, and I don't want to sound like a broken record. So y'all two bring a different topic because the stuff y'all come up with, I don't see nobody else saying it, so definitely, like I say, y'all two are the MVPs. I'm just the guy behind the scenes. I'm just the guy that signs the imaginary checks. But anything you want to say before we roll out, co-host?
I do. The past couple of days has been amazing, like a whirlwind of all the news coming in with the NFL. Tomorrow, a lot of deals are going to be officially made, so we're going to see guys with these teams that they agreed to make deals with. And we've also seen our division rivals make moves as well. And I think the two moves that rocked our world as Ravens fans was Geno going to the Bengals and Patrick Queen going to the Steelers.
Yeah, both the options.
And it definitely felt like a gut punch hearing that was happening, right? I do feel a way if Queen turned down more money to go elsewhere because then it does seem personal. However, I'm always happy when guys can get paid. And if the Ravens aren't going to pay him, they're going to get paid somewhere else. So to everybody who left the Ravens to sign somewhere else, I really do want to wish you well. Just not against the Ravens.
Yeah, but Patrick Queen, he could have got that with us though. He had our representation thinking he wanted like Roquan Smith money. That was a quarter of what he got. So and then maybe that comes with he probably got humbled. He got humbled. Tane's probably like, hey buddy, like we want you, but if you think you great get what Roquan got, you might want to watch your own film, buddy. So he got humbled. So at that point now, instead of you you got to come back to us and probably got to take less because now your ego hurt. He like, nah, the hell with it. I'm just going to take the first thing smoking because I don't want to keep. Right now, free agents are unemployed until they sign to a team. You feel me?
Exactly.
A lot of people, the casual fans don't understand that they're unemployed until they sign with a team. So, like, you know what? Let's just get it over with. I get to stick it to them twice a year. So, boom. And I'm gonna give one little nugget for Thursday show. We definitely gonna talk about that Derrick Henry signing. Dave gonna put that in there. So I know that's gonna be asked, feel me? So I just want to throw that out there. We're gonna talk about that Thursday. So Dave's got it in the show. So everybody, just be patient because it just happened today, and we already had this already emotion. So yeah, everyone, like I said, man, make sure y'all trade. You know what I mean? Talk Ravens all day, every day. From your host Justin V and my MVP co-host, Ms. Shannon Finch. We'll be here Thursday, same bad time, bad channel. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, all that good stuff like that. Share it. We're on all platforms. The links are right there. Love you guys. Oh, love you too, man. Yeah, your Giants. Yeah, they tweaking. Me and Maurice to talk about that on our next show because he's a Giants fan. So yeah. All right, love y'all guys. Have a good night. Enjoy the NBA games. NCAA stuff going on. Like I said, we'll see y'all Thursday.
Good night. Bye, Justin.
Bye, Shannon.